Alright, so in this video we discuss reading writing binary files. Now several cases for reading writing binary files. Sometimes you want to write an integer, sometimes you want to write an array of integers into a binary file, a C string or a character array. Yeah, now the binary files you'll be writing are most of the times of type bin, .txt or dat, and sometimes you want to, let's then try practicing writing 8 integers, and then we write a struct into a binary file. Let's start with the integer. So how do we write this integer into a binary file and then retrieve it back? So you for sure you will need to include the f stream. After you include the f stream, you will start by creating your stream. In the case of writing, we have the output file stream, and for the output file stream we have created the stream. Now connect the stream to the file, and the file we want to be creating, let's call it some int.bin, and if the file exists, then if the file exists, it overwrites. If the file doesn't exist, then it creates the file. And what is mandatory is to include the mode of operation. The mode of operation is binary, and this is mandatory. This is a must to include the IO stream binary. Specify your mode of operation. Now after we get the stream, and then we apply the write method. Now within the write method, this takes in 2 arguments. The first argument will be a pointer to your object. So in this case, the pointer is the some int, and this this is a pointer, but not any pointer. It should be a character pointer. At the moment, we have an integer pointer by this, so the ampersand, the address of some int. We need to cast it to a character pointer. So it will be casted to a character pointer. Then get the size of your object, and you'll be using the size of function. Now instead of using the size of function, we know that an integer is 4 bytes, so we can just write in 4 bytes. If you don't know the size of the object, just use the provided function in the C++ library. Then you can just close the file. If we run this, compile and run, as you can see, we have the binary file some int, and in Visual Studio unfortunately it doesn't have a sequence of bits, zeros and ones. Now let's try reading and retrieving the integer. Assume we have started fresh with the program, and we don't know this integer, and we'll be having integer stored, and we don't know this integer. So we start by to read the file, we start by declaring the input file stream. Now with the input file stream, you will open this stream. You'll use the same function open. You specify the file name. Again, it is mandatory to specify the mode of operation. Then you'll be using the read method. Now within the read method, you'll specify a character pointer to your object where it should be stored. So in this case, we want to store it in this variable. We get the pointer of this variable, and then we cast it to a char star, a character pointer. And then we get the size of the integer, and then finally we do close, and let's print out and see the outputted result. So if we compile and run, and yes, we get the integer before. Now let's try storing this character array. So this is a C string. We will be using, let's start again. We use the O stream, so O file stream, out, and then we connect the out to the file, open, and this is here, let's say a buffer dot bin. We specify the mode of operation, and then we say out dot write. Now the character array is already a pointer to the first element of the array, so this is already a pointer, and this is already a character pointer, so there is no need for any casting. There is no need for including the ampersand sign symbol. Then you can get the size of your buffer, and the size of the buffer is just can be the same as using strlen, and then you can close. And if we compile and run, we have a new file, buffer.bin. Writing the file, so now let's try reading the file, and with reading we use the read method. We read into buffer. Initially buffer is undefined, and let's have buffer initialized to 30, the size of 30. The size of the buffer, alright, we will be reading 30 bytes if possible, and then we will be closing. If we hit enter, let's print out the buffer. and we get the previous stored C string. Now let's store a character array within a binary file. Now we have the ostream out dot open. This is, let's call it as an array of integers, and in this case I'll be using dat binary. Then we have out dot write. Now this should be taking a pointer, a character pointer. An array is already a character pointer to the first element of the array. So instead, we know A is already a pointer, so we cast this pointer to a character pointer. Then we specify the size of A, and let's then close. Hit enter. We have the array of int. Let's try reading the integers from the file. In this case, let's put in the size of 15. Initially, there is nothing in the array. We use the istream in open in read. We read into A, size of A, then we can for int I in the array just see out I. Let's see the output. And so that is the disadvantage of reading from a binary file, is that you don't exactly know the size. So you need to specifically indicate the size of your binary file. So what was the size of the binary file? You can't just from nowhere indicate that you're reading from the file 15 bytes, 15 integers, sorry. And so instead you need to count how many the size, how much are you reading from the file. If you view the properties, instead what you can do is to view the properties of the file through your file explorer. And as you can see, the file has 28 bytes. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. So you can put in 7 in here, read the file again, and as you can see, we are successfully reading into the array. And we do the same for the previous example as well. Now let's assume we want to just read the 9th integer. How do we read the 9th integer? Now in order for you to read the 9th integer, let's say want to read the 4th integer. So this integer, so we want to, instead of reading the entire array, we just want to read the 9. And 9 is the 4th integer. And so it is at position 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is at position 3. Let's keep this in mind. We open the file. However, instead, we will be reading just one integer. One integer is of size 4 bytes. And we use a special function, a special method, which is seek get. Now with seek get is used for writing, where you position the pointer, you position the cursor within the file. However, because we're using writing, because we're reading, so we use seek put. I believe seek get is for reading and seek put is for writing. So seek get, and then we need to put it at this position. Every integer is 4 bytes. So this is here 0, this is 4, this is 12, this would be then 16. So it will be at position 3. So it will be 4 minus 1 times the size of an integer. And then we can specify with that the offset value that we are starting from the beginning of the file.